Today we're going to do a replacement of the FN PS90 Spring that holds the fire control group together, that actually puts tension on the trigger spring. This spring actuates the fire control group, which releases the hammer. So this is where all of the pressure comes with your trigger. So we're going to replace that spring. Tools that you're going to need is a little punch or something small enough to push this pin out and this pin out. You'll also need a pair of needle nose pliers, and you'll need a spring from K&M Aerospace. We were the original developers of this replacement spring. There is a company out there that's ripping us off now. They bought a spring and are making their own to the exact same specifications. So I wouldn't buy theirs, buy ours. It's a much better spring. It's tempered correctly, unlike the other one that's not tempered correctly, and you'll end up having issues with their spring. So let's get at it, and we're gonna replace this spring. First thing that you're gonna want to do is look inside to see where this spring is mounted. It is mounted on this pin shaft, and it also actuates the disconnector. If you look down in through here, it's hard to see on the video, but you can look down here and you can see the spring tail, which is this tail here. That tail is resting on a little notch on the disconnector. And then this pin here, the spring goes underneath this little bar here. So we're going to first take this out. We're going to depress this little catch. We're going to just press the pin and slide it out. We're not going to want to take the pin all the way out, but we're going to take it out just far enough so that the spring and that assembly comes out. Now, as I pull it the rest of the way, you can hear it kind of snap. I'm then going to take and push this pin, and I'm going to push it all the way out so that the spring on the inside comes loose. Now it's come loose. You don't have to pull this pin all the way out, but now it's going to come loose and it snaps shut. Now everything in here slides freely. Now you can take your needle nose pliers and go in there and just kind of grab the spring and pull it out. You want to make sure that this pin does not come all the way out, because then this safety latch and the spring underneath it will come out. So make sure that this doesn't come all the way out. Okay, so the old spring came out. We're going to put the new spring in. The way that I like to do it is grab it here with the needle nose pliers so that we can manipulate it inside. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put the disconnector back up. We're going to slide it forward in this position here and kind of hold it with my thumb and my finger. And then I'm going to take and put the spring back in. As I put it in, I'm going to put it on the notch down in here for the disconnector. And then I'm going to just twist it kind of up so that I can then push the spring back in and get it on the bar and push the bar back in. It's kind of hard to see it on video, but it goes in. Push it down in the little slot, bring it up, twist it on me. It'll take a couple tries. Had that bar pushed in. Or see, I got it back on the bar now, and I'll push it back in all the way. So now we just have this little tail here that needs to get pushed back down in. Make sure that the disconnector has spring tension on it. I'm going to pull the pin out just a little bit more, and then this spring, you just grab it by the end, push it down in, get it underneath that little bar, and once it's back underneath that bar, it'll have spring tension everywhere. Then we can put the assembly back together. The spring goes in. I had this pin out too far, you can see it starting to poke out there. Pin goes in. This little catch assembly goes back in, and the pin gets pushed right back in. There you go. Now you have a lighter trigger pull for your PS90. It's not that difficult, it's pretty simple. It takes some finagling and getting used to doing it. If you want to send your whole pack in, I'll replace it for you. You just have to pay for shipping here and shipping back. Everything can be found on the website, www.kmaerospace.com. Look under the PS90.